Right, it gives me great pleasure to introduce week 21 of the Hastings Report with my lovely ESFL veteran that he is, co-host Leon PETTIT. I know you're out injured, Leon, but especially this week, I think you've had a good one. You went along to the Brighton Liverpool match, so you must be a happy camper.
Yeah, it was a good game. Yeah. I suppose this counts as local football, and there's plenty of supporters of both teams in the local area, so to come under our remit, no doubt. No, but it's mad to see little team like Brighton to have a World Cup winner in their squad and rock up and absolutely take the piss out of Liverpool. So no, it was a good day. The last game I went to was the Chelsea one, so I've seen a
Oh,
few
you're
good
picking him,
games.
aren't
So
you?
yeah, I know the luck's got to run out at some point, but
Mm. Well, didn't you come along to Hastings and we lost?
yeah, but that's
Yeah.
Hastings. I'm talking Brighton.
But any particular moments jump out from watching Brighton?
Um, they just constantly looks comfortable. There's always in control. Like you sort of go from a few years ago when they was under playing under Houghton, and it was always defence first. Maybe nick a goal, and then they turning up playing these big six teams, what you like to call them, and looking very comfortable, and got some really good players in there. It's an absolute pleasure to watch in the flesh.
Yes, I mean I see a few of the highlights, and I obviously heard Kloppo afterwards. He took his medicine, didn't he? I mean, usually Klopp's got an excuse, but he did say credit to Brian, so well done.
Bit of humble pie, but it's like sort of guy, guys like Trent Alexander-Arnold, I rate him a lot, and you always get people saying that he can't defend, and watching him live on Saturday, he can't defend. But it's down to the coach really to play to their strengths, isn't it? I mean, where the occasions he did get up wide and put dangerous balls in the box, he looked good, but most of the time he had Matoma running at him and he didn't know what to do.
Well, I know I've been occasionally chatting with Ben Pope, who's a massive Liverpool fan, and he's the rot set in a long time ago, he reckons. So yeah, who knows? Who knows? Anyway, but well done, Brighton. Not a Brighton fan myself at all whatsoever, but it's nice to see a localish team doing well and beating the Scousers. It's always a nice day. Anyway, should we move on to the absolutely rain-affected SCFL, MSFL, and ESFL. This will be quite a quick one today, which is probably joys to the ears of most people. Anyway, so for the SCFL, none of our sides played, so we've got nothing to say there. MSFL, we've got one game, and that was Cuckfield Rangers 3, Westfield 3. This is obviously a top of the table clash. Everyone fighting it out for that Linfield spot, the second place spot. Unfortunately for Westfield, they couldn't, despite taking the lead early with Josh Pickering. In terms of chatting with the Westfield people, I know Mr. Stapley was telling us that they defensively they had a bit of a shocker and missed quite a number of chances, and they're very disappointed they didn't come away with the 3 points. But it just so happens we've got their goals. Leon, you've seen the goals. George Landace's direct free kick. Was that a shot or a cross, sir?
I guess it would depend who you ask, doesn't it? So some may say it was a cross, some may say it was on purpose. But yeah, what a thing. I like to assume that he meant that. He's played a good standard of football, and so he's obviously got it in his locker. So cracking goal, come out of nowhere as well. All the antics that was going on leading up to that free kick, giving the other guy a little piggyback off C, and next thing you know, he's
Oh, no.
pinged it top corner from 40 odd yards out. Yeah, no, it was out. But the other goal as well that he set up, that was a cracking pass.
The
I
first
can't remember,
goal, yeah,
was it the first
yeah,
goal? That yeah, no, it was a
lovely ball.
brilliant pass. Yeah,
No, he's a
no.
good player.
And but yeah, like you were saying with Westfield, sound like they're disappointed, and I think the fact that Charlie Homewood got man of the match, sort of looking, looking at the weekend to me suggested that I think was it Cookfield peppered the Westfield goal and Charlie kept him in it.
Yeah. Oh well, that's it. I mean, it is squeaky bum time now. I'm just looking at the table, and it's just obviously from the point of view of Hollington. Let's forget Hollington are up. Yeah. Well, Hollington are finishing top. Let's say they've played 14, got 42 points. Linfield 17 games, 37 points. Westfield 16 games, 29 points. We've got Battletown 16 games, 28 points, and we've got Cookfield Rangers 14 games, 26 points, with Balcombe on 13 games, 25 points. So obviously, Balcombe, if they win all their games, could catch Linfield. And I think all of these teams have got to play each other, other than obviously Hollington, who have already played Linfield, so they're out of that equation. So this, even though, you're looking at Linfield, you're thinking they're not losing, they're not drawing, they're winning games. If Westfield battle and the rest of them could nick a few points off them, you never know, do you, Leon?
No, it's definitely leading up to being exciting last couple of months of the season. That result really has only done Linfield favours, to be honest with you, I'd imagine. So, but who knows with football? Anything could happen really. But yeah, no, it'd be good to follow that sort of chasing pack there.
Well, if anyone plays any matches, obviously.
Well, yeah, when the rain pisses off, yeah.
yeah, bastard rain. But right, so fixture-wise, no league games, all cup games. Sussex Intermediate Challenge Cup, Ferring City first are playing Hollington. Don't know anything about them, but I back Hollington winning that one. Yourself, Leon?
Yeah, probably. I think it'd be one of their more tougher games this season. Ferring in the Southern Combination Div 2. So sort of the same standard as Mid-Sussex. I think they're about fifth place. I still think, I expect Holland to win there, but I don't think it'd be easy by all means. I actually don't know where. Well, I know they're in, I think more West Sussex area, so it's a bit of a trek for Hollington. So you don't know, having to traverse the A27 might have a effect on Hollington, but yeah, I still think they'll just about do it.
Yeah, and then we got Peacehaven and Telscombe versus Battletown. Yeah, you'd think with Battletown's form, but it was so long ago they played a game. You don't know, do you?
No, just going by form and leagues alone. I'd favour Battle. I think Peacehaven in the Mid-Sussex Championship. I think, off the top of my head. So yeah, just based on those factors alone, I'll go with Battle to carry on their fine form.
And then Westfield have got Sovereign Saints in the cup. That's the final game. I'd back Westfield at home. I think they're quite a strong team at home. Would you agree on that one, Leon?
Yeah. I think Sovereign Saints again, their Mid-Sussex Championship. They were very strong. Have been a very strong side last few seasons, but I think they seem to be maybe sort of rebuilding. So yeah, no, I definitely favour Westfield there.
Okay, so moving on from that, we've got ESFL Prem, Bexhill Town 4, Punnets Town 1. This was first versus second. That puts Bexhill 14 points clear at the top of the Prem. So, I mean, it's theirs to lose now, I think. Unfortunately, at time of recording, Bexhill have not put their goals up. So my apologies, I don't have their goal scorers.
I think the only team you put down to chase them a rye, they've got 5 games in hand over Bexhill. I think if they win them all, could they possibly? I'm not going to do mental arithmetic off the top of my head because
3,
I'm
6, 9,
rubbish.
12.
But they could catch them up on games down the line. But yeah, you'd much rather be in Bexhill's position.
Yeah, points on the board.
Yeah,
exactly.
definitely.
Well, I just say that the weather's caused chaos for these fixtures. It's just, I mean, who could schedule? I mean, where are these games going to be played? When are they going to be played? Sorry. Well, we'll see when the season ends. The season end halfway into next season.
Yeah, well, judging by some of the fields I've driven past the last few days, I don't think there'll be too many going ahead this weekend either. So, yeah, who knows? But it's I think it makes a good point for more need for 3G pitches in the area, doesn't it?
It does. It does. I had a conversation with the council recently, and they did say there was something in the works in terms of another pitch, but they weren't willing to confirm anything. But that hopefully will be announced in the next few weeks, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah, definitely needed.
100% needed. But yeah, so no games in Div 1, 2, 3, or 4. So that is a very short Hastings report. I'm very glad that Leon came on with us. No ESFL team of the week, obviously, because there was only one game in the ESFL, and that was the ESFL Prem. So
it's the weatherman, Michael Fish.
Michael
Fish, captain.
Yeah, but and Leon in central mid.
Of course, yeah,
of course.
Well, it depends who's, if you do a year and don't actually turn up to the game and see him I played there.
Well, listen, Leon, you have a great week, and hopefully I'll see you next week.
I'll see you next week.